today's dish presented by Stone Academy. Black Panther is still dominating the box office for its second weekend.
Have you seen it?
Not yet.
I haven't either.
Say that I have.
I think we're the only two people in Connecticut who haven't seen it, but we will have to get to it. Disney and Marvel Studios blockbuster. It took in an estimated $108 million over the weekend.
Yeah, it's the second weekend for a film. Only Star Wars The Force Awakens made more money during its second weekend of release. Black Panther has made more than $700 million worldwide. It's on track to make more than $1 billion.
I'm curious who comes up with these statistics. It's the second weekend.
Because we reported on a Monday last week, too. I guess they keep track of everything.
Right, they got to stay in touch with that. I would like to be a background actor in that movie. I think we would have made a lot of money with all the profits from that thing. Crazy, but it's such a good flick, so I've heard. So we'll have to check that out. Another movie star, at the age of 67, Jane Seymour, says she's feeling sexier than ever, and she's proving it by being in Playboy.
Yep, her photo shoot came 45 years after the first time she appeared in the magazine. Seymour's new pictures are not nude, but she told the magazine that she feels comfortable in her own skin.
She looks pretty darn good, huh? 67?
I'd say.
I wouldn't pose my shirt off now, let alone at 67. The Golden Globe and Emmy-winning actress currently stars in the TV sitcom Let's Get Physical. So we figure we do have a fan of Jane Seymour here in the studio. Tom, what do you think of Jane Seymour at 67? Big fan. Still a fan 45 years later after the first
Good for her, though. The confidence, that's what we need. That's terrific. Yeah. All right, we love getting these pictures from our Report It folder. A father returns home from deployment. This
is so heartwarming. Anytime a military family member comes home, it's always very nice. But a few days ago, the crew was coming home from the U.S.S. Virginia, returned home to Groton, and Rebecca from Studio Revy sent in these photos of the joyful moment when the family was reunited. Rebecca describes it as tears of joy and love, of course.
It's like a professional photo shoot there.
Yeah,
that's incredible. They were all over the world, so we're happy that he's back home.
Very, very nice.
All right, better get the Kleenex for this one. It's kind of a tearjerker ride. 108-year-old Esmond Alcock has 6 children, 17 grandchildren, and 36 great-grandchildren, and 12 great-great-great-grandchildren.
Jeez.
But none of them were ever named after him.
Until now. The Canadian man's great-granddaughter decided to name her second son Esmond, prompting this tender social media moment when the man met the great-great-great-grandson, I guess it would be. A lot of greats in there for the first time. The family said the reaction was priceless, as you can see there.
Well, it's about time Esmond
108, huh?
got his name there. Wow, terrific.
Looking good there.
All right, Dunkin' Donuts is selling Girl Scout cookie-flavored coffee. I'm pretty excited about this.
What's better than this?
Brandon actually sent me a picture of it last time he was in the Dunkin' store.
Did he get you one?
He didn't get me one. He just sent me the picture.
Brandon,
that's funny, though. You say that.
You gotta pick it
up.
It was
my reaction.
I'm a Samoa guy. I don't know about you. Are you a Thin Mint girl?
No, I like the Samoa, which is coconut caramel if you go to order in Dunkin'.
So yummy. They also have the Thin Mint there. And then, what's the other one? Peanut butter that they have?
I think it's a tag-along.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Chef Mark saying yes. So whatever your flavor is, Dunkin's got it, so you can stop on by.
Iced or hot would you go for these?
I feel like iced. I think.
I don't know. Still February.
We'll get both, and then we'll let you know what we think of it. But it's happening through select Dunkin' Donuts here in Connecticut. So
they're actually inviting some of the Girl Scouts into the Dunkin' Donuts stores to sell their cookies on top of that, and then their coffee as well.
They always seem to get more and more money. They're like, hey, do you want to buy a box? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, could you buy 3 more boxes? We really need the money. And then you're broke, and I don't have any money.
But you need Girl Scout cookies.
You do, right. And then you have like 4 boxes in your pantry
Put them in the freezer, because then you can pull them out.
See, all these life hacks.
Them.
Tips with Teresa.
All right, Romans celebrate a rare snow day with a snowball fight in St. Peter's Square at the Vatican. This doesn't happen too often.
This is pretty wild. A storm during the overnight hours on February 26th brought at least 2 inches there to Rome, so the city's biggest reported snowfall since 2012. It was enough to grind the city to a halt. Temporarily, schools closed and public transportation. Everybody was out there having a good old time.
I wonder if the Pope was looking through his famous window there onto the square and waving.
I think he's right there in the background.
He's blessing everyone.
I think he's pelting people with snowballs, actually. Yeah.
All right, so this is kind of an interesting story. Hi-Ho Silver?
Hi-Ho Silver is what the Lone Ranger said, right? Tom is our throwback old school reference guy. He says, yes, Hi-Ho Silver, the Lone Ranger. Kind of. This guy was attempting to be the Lone Ranger, but it didn't.
But it went not so great for him. Taking a horse for a ride when he brought it on the highway in California. Kind of scary.
Yeah.
It was the guy's horse, though. Like,
yes.
It was his owner. The man was arrested and booked for riding a horse while under the influence.
Who knew that was under the... I guess that's a thing. And his horse Guerrera was unharmed and was released to the man's mother. So again, as you said,
don't take the horse on the highway.
Right.
Really? What are you doing?
What's the craziest thing? You did traffic for how many years?
12 years.
What's the craziest thing you ever saw?
Oh, I saw deer. I saw a boat come unattached from someone's trailer and come off onto 95. That caused a little bit of a pileup.
Craziness, huh? The things you see through the years, I guess. This one I know that you'll love because you're a big Mickey D's fan.
I'm not going to lie. I like McDonald's. Their coveted Szechuan dipping sauce is back again. It's been gone for a while.
But it's back.
Don't worry, Ryan.
Will you be visiting
Starting today. No, I'm not going out of my way for this. It will be available at all U.S. McDonald's restaurants only while supplies last.
All right, the fast food giant brought back the super limited batch of sauce last October, but it wasn't enough to meet the demand, so they decided to bring it back, I guess. It was actually released in 1998. I'm sure you were curious of that, but now you know.
Is it for the chicken nuggets? What do you dip in the sauce in,
I think it's for the chicken nuggets. You get in there.
I used to like it when they had honey, and you could get a little pack of honey and dip this.
I didn't know.
The chicken and the fries in the honey.
In honey?
Yes.
That doesn't seem to go with...
Try it.
But it does?
Don't knock it till you try it.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
That's what I'll be doing after the show. Maybe we'll include Chef Mark's liquid popcorn with that later on in the show. And speaking of the Oscars, because that's what he's talking about today, it's a night that often celebrates young, fresh-faced stars, but this year it's a little bit different. Yeah,
the Academy Awards are recognizing more older women in the top acting categories. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in Los Angeles to explain.
The star who once said America doesn't reward people my age either in day-to-day life or for their performances, up for yet another Best Actress nomination at 68 years old. But Meryl Streep's quote is also contradicted at this year's Oscars in another category.
Here we are, the nominees for performance by an actress in a supporting role.
The average age of the nominees for Best Supporting Actress this year, 55 years old.
Women of a certain age have not had the opportunities that men of a certain age have always been afforded. That is finally starting to change, and it's been a really long time coming.
The youngest in the category is Octavia Spencer, who's 45 years old.
Jessica Tandy.
And while there have been wins for more senior actresses, the oldest, Jessica Tandy, at 80,
I am on cloud 9.
Some see this year as the start of a shift created by better roles and more options for older actresses.
Look at us now. Look at us.
Recognized by stars across mediums and genres.
20 years ago, we were pretty washed up by this stage in our lives. So that's not the case now. We've proven, and these actresses and so many more are proving, that we are potent and powerful and viable.
Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
All right, we are going to continue our countdown to the Oscars Sunday right now. Just 6 days away, Jimmy Kimmel will be the host, and ABC is going to have live coverage all day. I know we will, right here on Channel 8. Do you have a favorite movie that you're rooting for? Or?
I haven't watched them all yet. You recommended Get Out to me, and I watched that, and I didn't love it.
Not a fan.
I didn't love it.
See, that's what I rewatched it last night.
You did?
Yeah, well, I don't have a life, so that's all I do is just watch movies, I guess. But I think it's a great film. I'm hoping that they get an award.
I'd like to watch some of the other nominated movies, though, before this Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to have time, though.
Make it happen,
We'll
girl.
see. All right.